Afternoon, colleagues from the various Jesuit higher education institutions. Thank you for the opportunity to share my Ateneo de Davao experience during this pandemic. How did COVID-19 affect teaching and learning process at the Ateneo de Davao University? On March 12, 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the local government of the city of Davao issued a directive that required all schools to cancel all classes from kindergarten to postgraduate levels and to shift to online sessions and take-home assignments. At that time, we only had one more week of classes left, the finals week, so it was just the administration of final examinations that was affected. In our department, we decided to have the undergraduate thesis defense to be conducted virtually. The student was required to send us a pre-recorded video presentation, and only the question and answer part of the defense was done live via Google Meet. Most of our professional courses required submission of technical reports via email, so this was not affected. Graduation, recognition, and moving up ceremonies were postponed and later on were conducted online. A memo from the university president was issued on March 18, 2020 that required all university personnel to have work from home arrangements. We then offered our first fully online classes that April for our summer session. Since then, all our classes have been conducted in the fully online modality. All our graduation ceremonies have been conducted online, including the one we will hold next month. So how did COVID-19 affect regional and international collaborations? On May 5, 2020, all hosting of international visiting professors, lecturers, and exchange professors were also temporarily halted. However, this did not stop collaboration activities from being conducted virtually. Collaborative activities, such as the Chinese New Year celebrations, were conducted virtually by the Confucius Institute of the university together with the university in China. We were also able to have university lectures and conversation series with international speakers. Father Phoenix Corner, SJ, who gave a talk on Can religions be political? Should they? We were also able to have Father Patrick Jordan, who gave two talks. The one is liberalism the enemy, and the other is the church paternalistic in prescribing the common good? We also had Father James Keenan, SJ, who gave a talk on moral life, virtues, and COVID-19 pandemic. We even had Brother Guy Consolmano, SJ, who gave a talk on Ignatian pursuit of truth in science. Just last month, we were able to have Professor Antoon van de Velde, who was our plenary speaker in the Ateneo de Davao University Graduate Research and Innovation Conference. He gave a talk on the concept of solidarity, a European perspective. The pandemic may have forced us to shift in our modality of teaching and learning, even research, but it also opened up new opportunities that have previously been overlooked. And how did the university cope with the pandemic? One of the ways the university tried to help our students cope with the new setup is by providing them prepaid internet routers that they can refill. These routers were delivered to the residences of our students with the help of some volunteers as well as that of the local government units, since travel during the pandemic was quite restrictive in 2020. Our faculty members also receive the same routers, if they do not yet have one, as well as internet subsidy to cover the additional expense from internet services. The university also offered loans to purchase mobile devices and laptops without any interest, payable in 12 months through salary deduction. This enabled our faculty members to have the necessary devices to conduct online classes. We also received training on the use of Google Classroom and Moodle for our online classrooms. We are continuously improving our online courses and are now developing certification program for our online courseware. Our spiritual formation activities such as daily mass, recollections, and retreats were all given online. Caring circles were formed to help university personnel cope with the stress and isolation brought by the pandemic. Student formation activities, from club activities to university fiesta to service learning, were also conducted online. So how would I reimagine the post-COVID classrooms and regional collaboration? Moving forward, we are retrofitting classrooms to enable hybrid classes this coming school year. We will have limited face-to-face classes, but we can also have our students who are not based in Davao City and cannot attend on-campus classes to join the class virtually. Our classrooms will have new technologies that will require additional training from our faculty. We plan on developing more recorded lectures and reading materials for our online courses. We will also conduct our collaborative activities with international partners using virtual meetings. To us, this hybrid modality will likely be our new normal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give a big round of a virtual applause to Doris Montecastro from Ateneo de Davao. Okay, let us continue with our next presentation. We will go back to the previous list from Timor-Leste, Andre Mornes, SJ. Are you ready? Is the PowerPoint ready? Okay. We're downloading your PowerPoint, so let's just wait for a bit.
Very good.
Is it ready, Mas
Hello,
Agung?
good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Uh, Sorry about the technical problem. This
That's
is
okay.
Brother Andre. Here, three of us. I am with two of the faculty members. Let me give general information about East Timor. Tomorrow is there will be our presidential election. Therefore, most of our faculty members are away. Unfortunately, we don't have PowerPoint, so let me explain. Oh, it's already there showing. Yeah, thank you very much. Let me go straight to the point. How COVID-19 affects teaching and learning process at ISGP. Challenges. To enter into the digital education is not a problem of any university or institution. It's nationwide. Here are some of the reasons. As a nation, we still need a long run to really engage into digital education. We as a nation, in fact, purely consumer technology, heavily depend on imported technological equipment and devices. Any devices and appliances are expensive and unaffordable. This is why majority of our students cannot afford to have gadget that in it at least has 2 GB RAM. Therefore, they cannot keep both Google Meet and Zoom. They download one and delete one. We hardly found our lecturer who has laptop with good graphic and advanced software. Just like now we have a problem with how to operate any software or device. Could you please go to the next slide? Hello?
Yes, it's already in the next slide.
Okay.
Is this it?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. Oh, yeah. As an institution and personal level, our challenge, geographical and COVID protocol dilemma. ISGB located at Likisa municipality, but most of its faculty members reside in Delhi, where complete lockdown were imposed. Lecturer design unit outline and content for on-site class, but learning process was via online. There was no clear cut between working hours and time for family. Most of our teacher has concerned that some of the students send their question, ask their concern with regard the content at night. So there is a new experience for us as a teacher. There was a communicating gap in departmental level because as in the next slide you will see during the pandemic we Father Rector and the team set up new temporary office in Delhi where complete lockdown was taking place. So there was a communication gap with regard the fourth year student whether to have thesis proposal online or offline, whom to take teach those teachers who take care of each student. Our effort, learning by doing. Most of the lecturer needs helping hand from student, even how to operate Google Meet and Zoom. Earlier, most of us, the lecturer, hesitate to learn and explore how devices work. Online learning gave us no option. Yep. Both institute and the government offered prepaid recharge for students. Institute encouraged students to stay near the campus. Both institute and government provide basic needs for the student, because during pandemic, even student and their parents difficult to get basic need. Yeah. Could you please move to the next slide? Okay, thank you. Yep. In spite of the challenges, ISGB had highest interactive class throughout the COVID to blended learning, both online and on-site classes, especially in at Instituto de Brito, because there was no complete lockdown, so students still came to the institute to have on-site class. Unlike any other university within the country, mostly they distribute handout to their student. Okay. Next slide, please. Imagining post-COVID classroom, improving digital infrastructure. At least ISGB have installed permanent digital projector, as you see in the, is it not clear? Picture with each desktop in 6 new classroom, additional Bluetooth speaker. So far that what institute can do. To the next slide, please. Our imagination. Although we are still long way from the digital education, we as a Timorese or a student exposed to digital world and they have knowledge. So our imagination would be to include digital education in curriculum, to have the knowledge on digital education. What is, for example, what is LED smart board, hologram, augmented reality, and virtual reality. Because if online class isn't part of curriculum, just now, I am sure that most of our students they have deleted their Google Meet and Zoom meeting, because last 3 months we have just on-site learning, not online. Okay, thank you. Move to the next slide. Yep. International collaboration. Last 2 years, we are expecting guest lecturer from the Sanata Dharma University and from Ateneo de Manila, but our program were cancelled. So this year, hopefully, we are inspired for faculty exchange program to share our knowledge and experience among AJCU, and to keep SLP social learning program for the student, and many more programs, especially ISGB as a new institute. It's 5 years old, so we need more helping hand from any other university in Asia Pacific, Association of Jesuit University, especially related to online and digital education. Next slide, please. Okay, thank you and stay blessed. That is from East Timor.
Thank you very much. Let's give a big round of virtual applause to the representative from Timor-Leste. All right, let us continue with the next presentation from Elizabeth Music. Ready?
Good afternoon, everyone. Do you hear my voice?
Very loud and clear. Okay, the screen is yours.
We are from Elizabeth University of Music, Hiroshima, Japan. Here, Anto, together with Professor Maeda and Professor Nakatani, would like to present our experiences in dealing with the COVID-19 in our institution. Let me start from the impact of the COVID-19 in our teaching and learning process. After the COVID-19 broke out, immediately we changed to online music lesson by using Zoom and Skype. But unfortunately, it only lasted no more than 2 weeks because we realized that Zoom and Skype do not fit for our music lesson. We found out that Zoom and Skype cannot transmit the delicacy or vibration of music sound. And the sound quality itself is very low. I would like to give you an illustration what is happening during the online lesson by using Zoom or Skype. This is the conversation between a teacher and student. Can you hear the quality of the sound? Oh, I cannot hear the sound clearly. You see my fingering? Oh, I cannot see your fingering exactly. So therefore, we decided to maintain face-to-face learning process, what so-called a new normal class. It is face-to-face learning process with some new habits, such as taking social distance, wearing masks, sanitizing hands, and taking PCR tests regularly. I would like to share 2 pictures of our new normal classes. This is our course class. So as you can see, students are wearing masks, keeping social distance, and actually, before entering the classroom, they sanitize their hands also. And when the rehearsal is getting near, students and teachers must take PCR tests regularly. This is our orchestra class. Students and teachers must follow the same health protocol.
There is a specific device we invented for face-to-face lessons. It is called Elizabeth partition. Students often stand up to perform their instrument. It is critical that partition has enough height to accommodate students in stand-up position. It is like huge masks for entire body. Partition has another merit, which is mobility. Because of its light weight and foldable structure, people can easily carry them to anywhere they wish to have. Another solution was usage of online lessons with high technology. Due to COVID-19, we could not invite piano professor from Vienna over to Japan this year. So our solution was to connect our piano in Hiroshima with professor's piano in Vienna by specific device invented by Yamaha Corporation. It goes like this. If you move down piano keys in Japan, then the piano keys in Vienna also moved down without any sound delay. Our sounds were completely synchronized. We enjoyed having lessons as if the professor was demonstrating music just in front of us.
Collaborations in a university. Due to the pandemic, international students who had planned to enroll at a university had to postpone their admissions, and we were unable to conduct entrance examinations for new international students. We therefore took the following strategies for the postponement of enrollment of already admitted international students who cannot travel to Japan. Each advisor checked the level of the students' performance skills using video data. Entrance examination of new international students. Online entrance examinations for some courses. We also had to postpone exchange concert and master classes between our partner universities. There are some exchange concerts held before pandemic. Concert in Timor-Leste, St. John's de Brito College. Also at Chiang Thailand, Xavier Learning Community. Raised the funds at the annual concert and Christmas concert. We then donated the funds to these institutions.
How would we imagine the post-COVID-19 classrooms? We believe that even after pandemic settles down, we still have to be cautious for additional waves of pandemic, and thus the preparation for both online and face-to-face classes is necessary for our education. The biggest challenge we have faced in this pandemic is that music education cannot be done only in the format of online courses. And this obstacle made us rethink about what is the true meaning of music education. Music is an art of communication, and this communication involves human interaction in emotional level. Online tools are enough when we share simple information or knowledge with others. But in music, sensing or anticipating the emotional content before creating sound is important. Whether or not one has a good musicianship depends on how much one has a sensitivity that grasps intuition or spontaneity. This aspect cannot be measured in online lessons. Pandemic situation ironically made us rethink about these important facts more than ever. We would like to emphasize them in our education in post-COVID-19 period. And we hope that this new approach of our education develops the true musicianship among the students. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth University of Music, Professor, let's see, let me check my text here. Rama Anto, Professor Yuki Maeda, and Professor Nakatane. Let us give a virtual applause to a wonderful presentation. All right, let us move on.